I'm not going to make a wig from scratch because I'm what? Lazy. So I'm going to take a wig that I've had and I'm just going to add some wefting to it. So this is going to be the victim. So this is a funny little boobop bob wig by Vivica Fox, and this is the Maxine wig, and it's in the color 1B33. So this is just a regular old kind of beauty supply store wig. It is human hair, obviously. Open cap wefting, and it's just a bang wig. So it was kind of like a shake and go sort of style. No lace front, but it does have a little tiny monofilament part right here so that it looks a little bit more natural at the crown. I'm not really too worried about this looking natural because A, it's a mullet, one of the most unnatural things on the planet Earth. And it's just for fun. It's just for fun. So I'm going to take this funny little bob wig, which I don't know who this is made for, if I'm totally honest. I've tried it on, and it falls right about here on me, so it really doesn't do me any favors. It turns me almost immediately into Lord Farquaad, and I already look like him enough as it is, given my height and the fact that I'm wearing bangs. So I'm going to take that wig, and then I have some wefting. So this is in the same color. This is a 1B33 blend, and I'm going to add probably 3 or 4 rows of this, and then kind of blend it all together and see where we can go. So this is 14-inch hair. So we're going to see what I can do and if I can truly make some business in the front and a party in the back happen. So let's see.
Okay, so right now I am adding the new wefting to the back of the wig to build out that length for the mullet style. The weft you're actually watching me attach right now is the 3rd or 4th weft, and I did a total of about 6. When I'm attaching new wefting to an existing wig, a lot of times I will attach the new wefts to the existing tracks in the wig, and I use a blanket stitch in order to attach them, nylon thread, and a curved C needle. A blanket stitch is a stitch that uses a special pattern of looping that allows the stitch to lie very, very flat and secure. And I actually use the blanket stitch so I don't have to pierce the weft more than twice, which allows less shedding and a more flat appearance. Now, sometimes when I'm adding new wefting to an existing wig, I will sew the new tracks in between the existing wefting. I do that when a wig is really, really fine, really thin, and the cap is showing and I need to build up some volume. But I'm going to do a video on how to do a blanket stitch and how to attach wefting a little bit later.
So the color is a pretty good match. It is the same color blend, but you know, with different hair companies, sometimes they're a little bit different. But it's a good enough match, and once I have it all cut, should be nice. So to cut this style, I'm going to be using a couple things. I'm going to be using a cutting comb. So this is just a regular razor comb, and I'm going to be using the longer ended side to start with. I'm going to be using my regular hair cutting shears, and then my hair cutting razor right here. So when you're cutting a mullet, it's going to be a little bit different because this is a wig and there's wefts in between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use mostly razors for this. I may do a little bit with the scissors. But when you cut a mullet on a person, there's a lot of kind of over direction. So you would start up here and you would cut your base, and then you would follow through, keeping it over directed. So let's get started with this razor cutting.
Okay, so right now I'm doing a little detail work in the front. And I'm using my shears to kind of angle out the front area. I want the front to meet the back, and you can see it pretty clearly over here from this angle. I had wet down the bangs a little bit to make them a little bit easier to manage, and I'm doing a little bit of razor cutting to add some texture right now in the bangs because I didn't like how heavy they were looking. I really like how it looks from this angle right here, but I am going to end up adjusting it a little bit later on. So to create this mullet, it's a lot with my razor to kind of create that really kind of messy, edgy look, which is what I'm going for. And you're going to watch me take the razor all the way down the back length of it to create kind of a V sort of formation. And I was really happy with how this came out to start with. And then I went ahead and screwed around with it a little bit more.
Pretty pleased with.
All right, so here we are after the first cut, and it's still pretty long right here, but the base style is there. So you're going to see me fiddle around with it a little bit. This is not the final cut. I did end up adjusting the bangs on myself, and I did add a few small wefting pieces near the sideburns just so I had a little bit more coverage by the ears. But this is what it started out looking like after it was first cut on the mannequin head, and you're going to watch me style it. So I'm going to be using just a flat iron to style it and some styling foam. And I like to use the styling foam because it really helps to make sure that that style stays in place. And it also makes the hair a little bit more pliable and easy to work with. So I'm just bending throughout the entire wig, the top layers and the bottom layers, to give it a little bit more of a wavy look. And I'll be honest with you, after I had styled it with this, I put it on and it was really giving a little bit more Billy Ray rather than Miley Cyrus. So I ended up cutting it a little bit more down to size on my own head. And as I said, I did add some pieces on the side. So this is what the final result ended up being, those sideburn pieces for a little bit more coverage in front of the ears. And then you're going to see me put it on. So this is a full cap wig, so I didn't really have to worry about any adhesive or anything, and I just tied my hair in a little knot at the end and then threw on a wig cap, and I was ready to go. And you'll be able to see the final looks in just a second. All right.
Here it is. Here's the final result. I'm pretty happy with it. You know, it's definitely a mullet, right? So I really am so glad with how this came out. And you know, it really wasn't that hard. You know, just a pack of hair and a good old regular shake and go wig, and you're able to create this masterpiece, which some may call a monstrosity. But I think they're lots of fun. Here's a view from the side, the other side. And like I said, I think they're a lot of fun. I'm not sure if this is the best hairstyle for me, but definitely a look, and I'm excited to see a lot of people try these. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye, guys.